Hi, this is Pete Williams for Unico. Today's video, we're going to talk about a very commonly asked question, which is how do I properly evacuate and charge the Unico system? Now again, when I say the Unico system, I'm referring to the Unico system with a TXV. It's a different procedure when we have the I-Series with Unico. When we have a TXV system, remember, Unico makes everything on the inside. We do not make a TXV outdoor condensing unit or TXV heat pump. So we have to work together with other manufacturers. The biggest question that I'm asked, the biggest difference, and I think Bill Brunson is here. Bill is our Chief Technical Advisor who's forgotten more about Unico than I've learned in 30 years. And one of the questions that I get from customers in the field is, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm getting a 25-degree delta T on the coil. And Bill, what's the answer to that?
It's normal.
That's normal. We get the only thing that really makes the Unico system different in terms of operation for charging and evacuating is we do get a deeper drop over the coil with our systems. Now, it used to be, Bill, when we had our 22, it was about 10 pounds less 22 pressure on the suction line than a conventional system was. I'm not sure what that is today with 410A. Do you know?
It's about 12 to 15.
About 12 to 15. So again, it is a slightly colder coil. Again, that helps our story because we dehumidify more. But Bill, the best practices for evacuating the system should be the same throughout the industry. And let's just do a rehash on best practices. So,
okay. So basically we're all hooked up here. We've got we've already pressure tested the lines with nitrogen, no leaks. So now we're ready to evacuate. So we have our gauges hooked up. We're going through the micrometer.
how deep of a vacuum do we want to draw, Bill? What's that?
500 is recommended.
500? I thought that's pretty much industry standard,
Right.
isn't it? So we want to draw 500, what is that? What's the measurement? PSI?
Microns.
Micron, 500 microns of vacuum. So we want to use a deep vacuum pump, and there is a Pints with Pete, by the way, that I have with a former technician from Sporlan that gets into detail with that. Sporlan is the Unico manufacturer of TXVs. So go ahead, Bill, what's the next step after you've evacuated?
Well, first we're going to evacuate.
Okay.
Open up our gauges here and turn on the vacuum pump and let it run until we read about 500 microns here.
Okay.
And then when that's finished, then we just close it up.
All right.
And we take our hose off of the vacuum pump and hook it up to the refrigerant. And 410A, of course, has to be charged.
That's pretty much the law of the land.
Yeah.
We have very few 22s out there today, I would think.
Right. And the unit is already charged, so we're just filling the refrigerant lines in the evaporator.
Okay.
And then we start it up. And the best method for checking the charge, you can use subcooling method, of course, but sight glass at the evaporator coil, along with a filter dryer, somewhere in the liquid line, is one of the best practice.
And according to Jeff Warner, the technician from Sporlan I was referring to before, he said, really, until this sight glass is clear, you really can't check subcooling. Is that correct, Bill? Basically, until this is clear, when you still have bubbles in this,
Right.
you're not going to get an accurate read. So
Correct.
sight glass is very important. The dryer, the filter dryer, is also extremely important that people use today. In fact, Sporlan told us their biggest problem with warranty on TXVs is contamination in the system, which is very easily solved by putting in a liquid line dryer,
Right.
and of course evacuating the system, as Bill said as well. So
Right.
very common procedure, should be the same across the line with everyone. Again, what we have right here is the Sporlan catch-all, and then the piece here is called the seal. All right. So when we charge this up, Bill, what are we trying to do? We're trying to use the subcooling method to see.
Well, that's one method you can use. This is the best method.
Okay.
Sight glass.
All right. Just wait till you see that there's no bubbles
Right.
in the catch-all. or CL rather.
Right.
And when there are no bubbles, we have a completely charged system.
Right.
All right? And is there a step past that, Bill, to check, to verify, or?
You can check the temperature drop across the coil next.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Now again, one of the videos we're going to be doing is commissioning a Unico system. And when we commission a Unico system, we will check the subcooling, the superheat, the outdoor temperature, the temperature drop across the coil. So all very familiar to you. As I say, a very simple system to charge. As I say, the bottom line is the one difference that you would have with Unico is because of our thicker coil on our indoor unit, we will get a bigger temperature drop over the coil in the summer. If you do use it with the heat pump, it is a slightly warmer temperature as well. So your liquid line will be a little bit higher during the heating season. Bill, that's great. Let's move on to the next video. And again, thank you at home for watching this.
Okay.